Hello, Gordon from the Grameen Foundation's TaroWorks here, and I've received a great question from a user last week. What the person asked was, how can you get the GPS coordinates recorded at the beginning of a survey, of a data collection task, and have that included in the record that is being created or updated? And the basic answer that I said to the person was that have the record object look up to the submission that created it. Then you'll be able to extract the latitude and longitude from the submission record. And so to give more concrete sense of what I was talking about, here's an example. We have a contact record, Linus von Pelt. We have collected the information via a submission, and in the submission they have latitude and longitude information that I have extracted using a formula field. If you wish, you can go further and map the coordinates that you have extracted in a map and include it in your contact. But let's go one step at a time. The first step you need to do is to create a lookup to the submission object. And the reason why this is needed is that inside the submission object is where the actual coordinates reside. So GPS X is the longitude, Y is the latitude. Approximation is the information on how many meters this reading is accurate to. Okay, now for whichever objects that you're creating and you want the coordinates to rest on, go into that in setup. In this example, we have the contact field. Linus is a contact, so we go into the contact object and we're going to add a field that looks up to the submission. So here we are. Go down to custom field and relationship, click new. You will then click on the lookup relationship. Make sure that it is looking up to the submission object, so it's related to. Go next. You will have the field name, enter in description and help text as you please, and then you would click next. Make sure that it is visible to the right user in your organization. Generally, you can leave it as is. Add it to the layout that is relevant, and then you will finally click next. And what you'll then do is to click save. So once you click save, you'll find the submission. You'll find the submission right here. It looks up to it. And that is the first key step of what you need to do. The next step you need to do are to get the formula fields that get the latitude and longitude. So click on new. Make sure you choose a formula. Next. Latitude and longitude are represented in numbers. So for example, we have latitude, we're going to get a number. Decimal places we recommend 6 to 10. Go to next. And now here is the important part of why you need to create the field first. Make sure you have advanced formula clicked on this page in step 3. Click insert field. Find the submission that you've created, and it's make sure submission with the arrow. And from there, latitude is GPS Y, so we are going to get GPS Y. We're going to click insert, and that's all you need to do for this page. You can then move on, follow the same steps before, and then you would click save. And what we have done there is by using a formula field, you can pull the GPS X value into the record. So let's do that again for longitude. Again, formula, click next, longitude, It's a number. Decimal places 6 to 10. Make sure you need advanced formula. Go down to the submission that you created. Right? Make sure it's submission with the arrow so that you get this next drop box. And for longitude, it is GPS X. So we're gonna click that, and then we're gonna insert it. Click next until you save the field. Clicking the save here will finish what you need to do. Okay, at this point, if you look at your contact record, you will see this field here. You might need to go edit layout to find them, but you'll find the submission. You'll see the latitude and the longitude fields showing up in your contact object, and you have now completed the second step, which is adding the formula fields for pulling the latitude and longitude. The third step is done in the survey. As you build the survey, what you need to do, of course, making sure that the GPS capture checkbox is checked, and then once you have done so, you would build your questions as normal. So I'm going to skip that. What you want to do, the fourth step after setting the GPS select is to make sure in your submission you would add your object. In this case, contacts what we want to add, and in this case we want to select the submission. And what this will do, as you already know, is that every time you submit this survey, the contact record will be associated, will be looking up to that submission. And once the lookup relationship has been made, your formula fields will automatically do their work here. And if all you want are the coordinates for your records, you can stop here. You can export it in a report as usual. If you have the skills, you can definitely connect it using the APIs to Google Maps so you can have it automatically mapped. But what I'll show you here, if you're interested in a little bit of extra credits, you could take a look at how you can insert a map into the record itself. So what you need to do is to create a formula text field here that concatenate a particular Google Map link. There's a syntax that you need to follow. So it'll be maps at Google Map APIs, coordinates right here, what zoom level, what size. So let's take a look at that. We're going to go, and I've already done it, so I'm just going to show you what it is. You need to create a formula of text. Go into it, and the formula are as follows. Be very specific about your quotation marks. You'll need to convert your latitude and longitude, which are numbers, into text before you can concatenate them with the ampersand operand. So I'll include this in the description, and you can play around with that. There's a lot of things you can do with the Google API. But again, if you want to have a map link, you need to put it here in the formula options. Concatenate it all together using the latitude and longitude fields that you have added. Then what you need to do is have a map display. It is again of formula text. It's a formula text, and it is the formula is image. Image open bracket the map link. This will change depending on how you name your map link, and you can add a caption if you want, as well as dictating the size of the image on the map. Once you've done it, when you save, arrange it into your record as shown, and this is what you can get as the result. Okay, so I hope that has been helpful. Again, as a recap, for number one, whichever object that you want the coordinates in, have it look up into the submission. So create a lookup field to the submission. Number 2, create the formula that gets the latitude and longitude. Number 3, in the survey, make sure that you enable GPS capture and that you have mapped this submission field right here under submission, as I've shown before. Publish it, and then you'll be able to get the coordinates with every submission for every record that you create or update. Thank you very much for watching. I hope this has been helpful. Happy mapping.